This conference will now be recorded.
సో రికార్డ్ అవ్వకపోయినా ఓకే కదా మీకు?
స్క్రీన్ రికార్డ్ వాయిస్
మీరు నోట్ చేసుకున్నావు, క్లాస్ 2 క్లాసులు రికార్డ్ లేకపోతే ఏం చేస్తారు? అసలు ముందు బ్యాచ్లకు రికార్డింగే ఇచ్చామని కాదు. సో దే టు ప్రాక్టీస్. మీరు ఒక క్లాస్ రికార్డ్ లేకపోతేనే ఇంకా అసలు ఇంకా పెగానే రాదన్నట్లు ఫీల్ అయిపోతుంది.
This conference will now be recorded.
సరే, తర్వాత రిపీట్ చేస్తాం ఒకవేళ కావాలంటే. లెట్స్ గెట్ స్టార్ట్. ఓకే, స్క్రీన్ రికార్డ్ అయితే అవుతుంది.
This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So guys, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, Satya, we are able to hear you.
Yeah. So let's get started now. So yesterday we created the loan detail section and we invoked in both home loan and auto loan flows, right? So now let's execute the flow. So whatever the loan details you select, like loan purpose, the loan type, amount, so these details will be stored on loan details page under PY workbench. Okay, right? So just give me 1 second. Yeah, so now, so let's submit the first screen. So we executed auto loan flow, right? So now in the drop down, so we are getting both auto loan and home loan. So when you execute auto loan, the home loan value should not be displayed in the drop down. So we can so we need to default it to the auto loan. So when you execute home loan, it has to be defaulted to the home loan. Okay, so how can we do that? So if we execute auto loan, it has to be defaulted to auto loan and we can make it read only. Okay, and so user will not be able to modify, means will not be able to select the different value from the drop down. Okay, so how can we set this value? So we have a PY default data transform, right? So we can assign auto loan value to the loan type property. In the home loan PY default, so we can assign home loan value to the same property. Okay, right? So go to the PY default of auto loan. If it default cheyadani kada, so we use the data transform to assign the values to the properties. Okay, so auto loan is a value and loan type is a property. Okay, So that means like whenever you execute auto loan, this P by default will be executed. This will assign the value to the loan type property. Clear? Tell me, what is the property name? Loan type, right? So where that loan type property available? On which page? Yes, loan details dot the loan type. So this value should be the same as drop down value. Okay. So check out and check in back. So usually, so we need to check out first, then enter the value and check it. Right. So now let's go to the P by default of home loan. And assign the home loan value to the same property or different property. Same property, right? Why different property? Loan type is single property, right? Single value property. It is available on page. So property is same. So when you execute loan details, auto loan details, that corresponding P by default will be executed. If you execute home loan, this P by default will be executed. Okay. Now see. So let's execute home loan. See, now it's defaulted to home loan. Now again, like user is able to change the value, right? It should not be the case. So we need to make it read only always. Okay. So now, so what is the section behind this? What section it is? Section name ఏంటి? This section name, loan details, right? So section name means like where these properties available in the loan details, right? So go to the loan type and make it read only always. So go to the presentation and read only always. So we made layout read only based on the condition. So here always this has to be read only. Now see here, it's defaulted to auto loan and we are not able to modify this. So now let's execute home loan and you see this is defaulted to home loan and it is read only, right? Any questions so far? So now if you look at loan purpose, so what are the values it is getting displayed? Right? So 4 values: new vehicle, old vehicle, purchase and refinance. So new vehicle and old vehicle values should not be displayed for home loan. Okay, so only purchase and refinance. For auto loan, it should be new vehicle and old vehicle. So how can we handle this? So it's same like dynamic cascading, right? So we created complete details and so we fetch the details and displayed in the drop down. So but these values are not there in the database like country, state, city. Okay, so what we can do is, yeah, so you tell me, so when you use Webvisa browse, so what will be the clipboard structure? Code para list, like whatever the parameter page whatever the page we specify for OBJ browse, that will be created by referring to the code pega list. Then that page dot px results referring to the some data group. Okay. So what we can do is you create an activity and you hard code the values, because we know, so always these values need to be displayed. If it is auto loan, new vehicle, old vehicle, if it is home loan, purchase and refinance. So these are kind of static values, right? So we don't need to go to the database, create and enter the values. Okay, so we can create an activity and we can hard code it based on the loan type. If loan type is auto loan, take new vehicle and old vehicle, otherwise purchase and refinance. Okay, clear? So OBJ browse యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎలా అయితే clipboard structure generate అవుతుందో, in the same way we need to create an activity. Okay, so where like we mapped country details dot px results, right? Similarly you take the page dot px results of 1 and assign old vehicle, px results of 2 assign new vehicle light. Okay, so let's create an activity call display loan purpose. So here what is the condition? If loan type is auto loan, right, this will be the precondition. Loan details dot loan type is equivalent to auto loan. Continue, otherwise skip the step. Skip the step. Okay, skip when means like with this when will be skipped and it will execute the step, right? So we don't need to execute the step if it is auto loan. So here, sorry, if it is not auto loan, we will skip it. So if it is auto loan, so what are the values we need to consider? Yeah, so means like how many records? 2 records, right? The same way like how we displayed India and United States, right? When you use OBJ browse and passing the country details data class, it will generated 2 pages under page list, right? Pixels of 1 and pixels of 2. So similarly, so we need to create that structure here. Okay, so define a page, let's say loan purpose. So what will be the class? Assume that this is same as OBJ browse page. So now tell me what will be the class? Code pega list, right? Yeah, code pega list. And tell me loan purpose dot, yes, px results referring to where we have loan purpose property in which class? Loan details data class, right? So we can specify that. TDB loans data loan details data class. Okay, so now go to the steps. Is the property set? So property name, so loan purpose dot pxels of 1 dot loan purpose is equivalent to let's say new vehicle, right? Same way. So we can use another property to display to the user. Let's say new vehicle. right? So we have out of the box property called py label, so we can use that. So this will be available under, so @ base class, and we can use across the application, right? So now tell me, it is new vehicle. So this is equivalent how many records? It's single record. So pxls of 1. So on pxls of one page, you will see two properties. One is py label and another is loan purpose. Okay. Next, tell me in the same way, we need to add one more value, right? So how it will be? Pixels of yes, pixels of 2. This is the second page. Okay, it is old vehicle. So you can put old vehicle and label is yes, old vehicle. Or if you want to use the same property for both displaying purpose as well as backend, so you can use the same property. Okay, clear? So this is, if it is auto loan, this step will be executed and you will have the clipboard structure like, so pixels of 1, pixels of 2, like that. Okay, so you will see the two records, and when you use the same this one, like, page dot page list, we need to specify in the loan purpose drop down property. So where source will be a clipboard page. Okay, the same way how we specified using the clipboard page for displaying country, state and city. Okay, so now if it is home loan, so what we can do is same copy the step and you can paste like this, but condition need to be modified. If it is home loan, continue, otherwise skip the step. If it is auto loan, first step will be executed, second step will be skipped. If it is home loan, first step will be skipped, second step will be executed. Okay, so here let's say purchase, and this is refinance. You can put like this. Clear? So at any point of time, it will execute only one step, either first step or second step. Okay. So now can we test this? So now go to the loan details. The next step is collect loan details section. Go to the loan purpose, and source is not on defined property, as defined on property. So we need to change it to clipboard page. But if we want to use the clipboard page, so we need to specify the clipboard structure here. Let's say loan purpose dot px results by referring to loan details data class. Clear? So it's not mandatory, like, you again put loan purpose by referring to the code pega list. So if you specify or doesn't specify, nothing will happen. So but you need to specify like this, loan purpose dot px scissors referring to the corresponding class. Okay, now take this page and specify here. Okay, so change source from as defined on property to the clipboard page and select that. And so how this clipboard page generates through activity, right? And property for value, that is py label. Okay, and property for display text is loan purpose. So if you see this py label, if you want, you can create a property and you can call it, but it's not required. So so we can use this property py label. Okay. Any questions so far? And you can include some placeholder. So for the drop down, so we need to put some placeholder because it has to be, otherwise it will be defaulted to some value, and without changing the value, user can submit the screen. So we always allow user to select the value from the drop down because we'll have multiple values, right? Okay. Sometimes, like if you want to default it to some value, though we have values in the list, so we can do that. So always, so let's say there is more probability to be selected one value out of the 10 values in the top. So in that case, like we can put default value. So it will be defaulted to this till user can change the value. Okay. So now see, let's execute the flow and we can trace it. So we specified, okay, the property for value is, will be, this one is loan purpose, display text is py label. Vice versa, right? So if we want to put same property for both displaying purpose as well as to store in the backend, you can use that. Okay, you can put the same property. So now see, the purchase and refinance are not displayed because it is a auto loan. So now let's execute home loan. Let me refresh this. You see the purchase and refinance. So because like we cannot so why we created activities, so we have these values in the local list, so where we cannot restrict the values by putting the when condition. So that is the reason we created an activity, and so in activity we specified the condition. Okay, so can you do for terms, if it is auto loan, you need to display 3, 4, 5. If it is home loan, you need to display rest of the terms. The same way we can handle it. Okay. Same, you can use the same activity if you want. Okay. So what we can do is, so add one more step, and here you don't need to put any condition. Okay. So you can write property set for terms, and what you need to do is, if it is true, it continue, right? It is, if it is false, you need to jump to the latest step, go to third step directly. Otherwise, like so if you don't put precondition here, the second step will be executed always, even for home. That should not be the case, right? So if it is true, this step will be executed. If it is false, you don't need to execute the second step also. Okay, and so you can jump to the latest step. Let's say for home, you can put like this, and you need to put like this. Okay, so you can try that. So anyhow, so jumps, the preconditions will be covered the going forward for different scenarios. Okay, so this is how we display the values in the drop downs through activity. Clear? So now let's work on a different scenario. Okay, so far so we created two different screens, right? So one is borrower details and another is loan details. So next we'll be creating one more screen, that is collect auto loan details. Okay, so this is required for only auto loan flow, and so we can create under auto loan class. And we'll be creating one more screen, that is collect home loan details, that is required for only home loan. Okay, so put heading design or implement auto loan details screen. Okay, so the screen will be looks like this. So this will be the third screen of auto loan details. Okay, so you will have the properties like win, make, model, model year. So in the win you will have the values. This will be the drop down property, like so we'll put the values, let's say TDB 001, TDB 002, like this. Okay, and so we'll have the corresponding win details in the database, like okay, so we'll have win details data class with the properties win, make, model, model year. Okay, and here you will have the corresponding data, let's say TDB 001, make is BMW, model is X1 and 2017. Okay, so likewise we enter some records in the database, and in the user interface, when you select the win, let's say TDB 001, it has to display corresponding make, model, model year. When you select TDB 002, it has to fetch that corresponding details. So how many records we fetch at any point of time? Record, I am asking. One record always, right? So we pass, here the win will be the primary. We pass the primary key and we fetch the corresponding record from the database and display on the UI. Okay, so for that what we need to do, first we need to bring it to the clipboard. Okay, then we need to map it to UI properties. Clear? So where we need to put on the clipboard, it should be on some page, let's say win details. So for this scenario, so we'll be doing this scenario using activity. So what method we need to use? Tell me. What method? So not for creating page, to fetch a record. That is for multiple records, right? Still we can do that, but so here we fetch only single record always. So what is the method we have? What is the activity method to fetch a single record from the database to clipboard? OBJ open, right? So I think you already noted down that. So OBJ browse చెప్పినప్పుడు OBJ open గురించి కూడా రాసుకున్నారు. లేదా. So obj open is used to fetch a single record from the database to clipboard. So for that, so we will pass the primary key. Okay, right? So this is the scenario we are going to work on, right? So now you tell me, so for this scenario, what are the things required? Tell me the step by step. So we should have the data in the database. Okay, so first step will be creating a data class with the data, the same like how we created state details, city details, like that. Okay, so create a data class called win details and enter the data, and create the properties called win make model model year in the auto loan class. Design the user interface, put the properties on the section. Okay, so now create an activity and invoke somewhere, or on change of win property, or on click of submit, or let's say on change of win property. Whenever you change the value, the corresponding activity will be executed, and whatever the value you select, that will be passed to the data class, and it will fetch the corresponding details, and we need to map it to make model model year properties using the property set. Obj open to fetch, property set to map it. Clear? Yeah. So now note down step by step. సో ఇలాంటి సినారియోస్ ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట రియల్ టైంలో. Create a data class called win details and specify few records. Add data type. Yeah. So win details. So what are the properties required here? So look at this diagram. Yeah. So win make model model year. So let's create the properties called win. This will be the primary key. Make model model year, right? Model year will be integer. Okay, so now go to the sources, select a key that is win. Okay, so this is the primary key. So now go to the records and enter the data. Close it. Win. So let's say TDB 001 model year. Let's say 2018 X1 BMW. So TDB 002 model year, model and make. Okay, so TDB 003 2016 and make is bench. Okay, So likewise, you entered some records and the same values, like, in the work class, we'll be creating a win property and with the drop down values, like, TDP 00123, like that. Okay. So let's say you selected the win which doesn't exist here. In that case, we need to handle that. So we need to display a message saying that win does not exist in the database. Okay, clear? So now, what is the next step? Create properties called win, make, model, model year in the auto loan work class. Why? Because so these properties are required for only auto loan. So still you can create under work class and you can reuse it, but it is not required. So it is not at all required for home loan, right? So if you are creating specialized things, so we create under that specific class. So create below properties. Win, make, model, model year. And what is another way to reuse the properties from the data class? So we can also create a page property called win details, and we can specify win details data class as a page definition. Okay, so you can do that also. So first let's do this in this way. So right click on the auto loan class. So you note down this step, create below properties in auto loan. So right click on auto loan, click on create properties. So this is wizard to create multiple properties at a time. So you can also create like this, right? So create data model, yeah, property. So this is how you create property one by one. So this is a wizard. Win, make, model, and model year. So win will be drop down control, right? So open the property and specify the values in the local list. Okay, so change the control from text input to drop down. So as I said, like, you can change the control at any point of time, right? EX drop down, and what are the values? Yeah, so specify the values like TDB 001, TDB 002, 3, 4. So when you select 4, you do not have corresponding record in the database, and it has to display an error message. Okay, so check in this. Okay, so now let's refresh auto loan and you see the properties which we created under this class. Okay, so what is the next step? Yes, so create a section and specify these properties. Okay, note down the next step. Create a section called collect auto loan details and invoke above properties. So right click on AutoLoan class, user interface section. Okay, so now let's use the properties win, make, model and model year. So now see, so the properties are getting displayed one by one, right? So if you want to make it side by side, you need to select inline grid double. So now I don't want like this. I want half of the screen and the properties to be displayed one by one. Okay. So for that, what we do is you take dynamic layout and put inside that, and you put all the properties. So inline grid double means you can put two different layouts, two layouts in the same row, and this is default layout. So if you put the properties, it will be displayed one by one. So if you make this layout inline grid double, in this layout it will be displayed side by side. Okay, clear? So like let's say if you want to display some set of properties in the right side, so use one more layout, because this layout is inline grid double, so you can place two layouts in the same row. So if you make it 3, it will be like 3. Okay, so now we have a section ready. So now we need to create a logic, means activity rule, which fetch the data from database based on the win value. Okay, so whatever the win you select, it will fetch, it has to fetch the corresponding record and display here. Okay, so let's create an activity called fetch win details. So where we need to create that? Create an activity in AutoLoan class. So right click on activity, right click on the class, go to the technical activity and fetch win details. Win means vehicle identification number, which will be the unique number. Okay, so define a page called win details by referring to the corresponding data class, that is TDB win details. So always we need to create a new page, okay, and fetch the details into that corresponding page. So whatever the page you define, create using page name. So when this step is executed, you will have a blank page on the clipboard, that is win details. So now use the corresponding method to fetch the detail. So what is the method? Yes, obj open. and where it has to fetch win details page. So open class from where you are fetching the data. Okay. So if you, so this is not a mandatory here, right? Sorry. So if you're not putting any class by default, the step page, it will consider the step page class and it will fetch the instance. Okay. So let's put this class means from where we are fetching the data. And so we must need to pass the key. So let's say for this data class, there are 3 primary keys defined. So you must need to pass 3 values. Otherwise, you cannot fetch a single record. Okay. So what is the primary key here? Win, right? And from where we are passing the value? Section, right? Let's say you selected a value in the runtime and where that value will be available on clipboard, on which page? py work page, right? So we need to pass py work page. What is the property? Win. So py work page we need to define. If we do not put py work page, by default it will take this activity class page. So either you can put primary or you can define work class. Clear? So we are passing from py work page. So whatever the value we select, that will be posted to the clipboard, and we are passing from that page. Okay. So once this is executed, what will happen? You will have the corresponding details on this page. So this py work page dot win will be replaced with some value dynamically. So you selected, let's say TDB001. So py work page dot win will be replaced with that value. If you select TDB003, this py work page dot win will be replaced with that. That means, so win ప్రాపర్టీలో ఏదైతే వాల్యూ ఉందో ఆ వాల్యూ వచ్చేసి ఈ ప్రాపర్టీకి అసైన్ అవుతుంది. So that means that value will be passed to this obj open and it will fetch the corresponding record from the database. So we are passing the class and internally it will connect it to the corresponding data table and it will fetch the data. So this step is equivalent to select star from table where win is equivalent to the value. Okay, clear? So now, so you have the details on win details after execution of this step, and you need to map it back to the py work page properties. What is the method we need to use? So here it can be a py work page or win details, you know, right? Significance of this step page. If we put the step page here, so to this properties you don't need to. So this should be auto load. Okay. So make py work page dot, that means auto loan dot make and win details dot make. So this means py work page is referring to auto loan. So auto loan dot model and win details dot model. So we have the details here and we are assigning it to work class properties. Okay. Now take model here. Like this. So now where we need to call this? On change of. So next step is, this is clear, right? So we are fetching the details and mapping it back to the py workspace properties. So now take this activity and so go to collect auto loan details section and call on change of this property. Whenever the property value changes, so it has to be executed. So what event performed by user, that is changed. So what action performed by system, that is action. And here we need to call fetch win details. So whenever you change the value, it will refresh and it will execute the corresponding activity and it will fetch the details. Why? So because so we are passing so we specify py workpage dot win, right? So if you see the preview, so you will not have the py workpage. So you need to test executing flow. Okay. So we have a section. What is the next step? Create a flow action and invoke the section. The next step is invoke flow action in the flow. So create a flow action call, collect auto loan details and invoke the section. So now let's go to the auto loan flow. And invoke flow action. So how can we invoke the flow action? So we need to add assignment, right? So this is collect auto loan details. Okay. And specify assignment label. Okay. And so we can test this scenario. So what we do is, so we will test this tomorrow. And let's say if we select the value which is not available in the database, it has to throw some error, right? So that we need to handle. Okay. So we'll continue this part in the next class. Okay. So I have some work actually. So otherwise, like we have tested this. So we will test and we will handle errors in the next class. Okay. Thank you. Bye.